I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to click and hold here and select zoom window. Zooming into this area. I'm going to minimize the drawing file. And I know offhand the dimensions of the stove, and it's 2 foot 6 inches wide by 27 inches deep. And the burners, this burner for example, the center of this burner is located 7 inches away from both edges, and it's 12 inches from center to center. Those should be enough dimensions to help us draw the stove top. And I do know for a fact that I left 12 inches of counter space from between the wall and the stove. So I'm going to begin by offsetting a distance of 12 inches. And I'm going to pan my drawing down just a little bit here, right click exit. A lot of panning, a lot of zooming goes on with these files, and the bigger they get, the more panning and zooming you'll be doing. Next I want to offset 2 foot 6. Select the offset command. Type in 2 feet 6 and enter. Select the line. Pick a point above the line segment, which is up here, and right click now. Offset again. And the depth of the stove is 27 inches, so I could offset the back line a total of 27, or because I know that my counter is 24, if I just offset 3 inches, that will get me to where I want to be. So I'll type in 3 and enter. Pick the line, specify point, it's on the right hand side. So I pick and I right click to terminate the command. Now I'm ready to trim. I select the trim icon, and I'm simply going to select these 4 lines, and now right click and I'm ready to trim. Sometimes if your cursor is not completely over the object, it will not select it, but that's okay. You just keep picking until it finally does the job. And I'm going to enter, and I'm going to pick the 2 lines. They're currently on the A wall layer. I'd like to put them on the A fix layer. Tapping the escape key. And now I'm going to offset again a distance of 7 inches. Bottom line and this line over to my left. Right click. I'm going to select circle. The center point is this intersection. The radius will be 4 inches and enter. If it's too big for you, you can make it 3 inches. And I was ready to erase the 2 lines, but I'm going to show you something. I'm going to offset a distance of 1 and enter. I'm going to take this circle and offset it to the outside. Right click terminates the command. Now I'm going to select trim using the outer circle as a cutting edge. Right clicking. I'm going to pick the outer portion of the lines. Right click again and enter. I don't need this circle anymore, so I'm going to select it and erase. And then I'm going to use the rotate command to rotate the 2 lines here. Once they are selected, right click and now specify a base point, which will be the midpoint. And let's turn polar on, and I should still have the 45-degree increment. Now I accidentally clicked. I should not have done that, and that's okay. I'm going to undo and do this again. Rotate, select the 2 objects, right click, and now again picking the midpoint, going down and turning polar on. This time I will not accidentally click. And now I will select at the 45-degree angle, and there I have it. Next thing I want to do is copy the objects, and I'm doing an implied window. They are selected. I now right click. Base point, I'm going to pick a point out here with polar on. I don't need ortho. Polar's the same thing. Very similar. I'm going to type in a value of 12 and enter. And finally, instead of drawing them over here or trying to copy, I'm simply going to mirror them about the midpoint of the stove. So selecting the mirror command, selecting the objects, and I'm doing an implied window again. Right click, specify first point of mirror line, and that would be the midpoint here. Taking it out and letting it go to the 0 degree mark, or over to the 180. Same thing will happen. I'm going to click here and delete source objects. The answer is no, so I right click and enter, and the command is terminated and the stove has been drawn. I'm going to zoom extents, and everything is looking good. And I just need to place the lines here, and we'll do that when we modify the line types for the overhead cabinets and the opening in the wall.